At this very moment, you are standing before an invisible mirror that never lies. A mirror that reflects not your face, but your habitual thoughts, beliefs, and silent expectations. And everything appearing in your life today is the exact image cast back from that unseen surface. Life is not random, cruel, or accidental. It is orderly, responsive, and obedient, moving according to inner commands spoken long before events take shape. Florence Scovel Shinn taught that the subconscious mind is a faithful servant, and when impressed repeatedly, it must reproduce its pattern in experience, whether that pattern is one of harmony or hardship. Every word you speak inwardly, every image you entertain, becomes a seed placed into universal law, and law never forgets a seed. Many people struggle because they attempt to change conditions without changing the inner picture, fighting reflections while ignoring the mirror. The law of life repeats itself because consciousness repeats itself, and until the pattern within is altered, the outer story must replay with different faces and settings. What you call destiny is often nothing more than a memorized mental habit performing its duty again. When fear is rehearsed daily, life delivers fear with precision. When faith is quietly assumed, circumstances rearrange with astonishing accuracy. This is why two people can walk the same road yet reach entirely different outcomes, for each carries a different inner image. The mirror never debates, delays, or negotiates. It simply reflects. Most are unaware that they are constantly issuing commands through expectation, and the universe answers without commentary. Here lies the first great awakening, for once you realize you are both the projector and the screen, helplessness dissolves. Yet there is a deeper secret concealed within this mirror, one rarely acknowledged because it demands responsibility instead of comfort. The mind resists this truth, preferring to blame time, fate, or others, but repetition cannot be escaped. Life will bring the same lesson clothed in new circumstances until recognition occurs. Prosperity withheld, love delayed, health disturbed are not punishments, but signals pointing inward. The moment you dare to alter the inner conversation, to replace defeat with divine assurance, the mirror must comply. This law is impersonal, yet merciful, strict, yet generous, and it waits patiently for new instructions. You may feel nothing at first, see no immediate sign, yet unseen forces are already rearranging. The suspense lies in this interval, where faith is tested and persistence purified. Remain faithful to the new assumption, and the old pattern weakens. What seems fixed is fluid. What seems permanent is temporary, and what seems impossible is merely unfamiliar. The mirror of life cannot help but repeat what you consistently hold to be true. When you persist, identity shifts, memory loosens, and a higher order replaces old echoes with living evidence of grace, proving that law responds instantly to alignment and patiently to doubt, until certainty becomes habit, and habit becomes destiny fulfilled through disciplined imagination, unwavering assumption, and gratitude practiced before results appear in visible form. As the inner mirror begins to change its image, a strange discomfort often arises, for the old pattern resists replacement and attempts to reassert its authority through doubt, delay, and apparent contradiction. This is the moment when many abandon the work, mistaking temporary confusion for failure, yet Florence Scovel Shinn emphasized that this stage is proof that the law is moving. When an assumption is challenged, it is because it is losing power. Life may seem to intensify the very condition you seek to escape, repeating the same circumstance with sharper edges, as though testing your certainty. Here, suspense quietly builds, for the mind asks whether faith is truly enough. The old story whispers familiar lines, reminding you of past disappointments, urging you to accept repetition as fate. Yet repetition is not destiny, it is inertia. Consciousness, when undecided, defaults to its last command. This is why persistence without anxiety is required, because emotional reaction feeds the old image. The universe does not respond to words alone, but to conviction beneath them. A statement spoken in fear carries fear's instruction, while the same words spoken in calm certainty carry authority. During this invisible battle, nothing seems to change, yet everything is rearranging. Unseen pathways open, resistance dissolves quietly, and people, opportunities, and ideas begin aligning beyond personal effort. The delay is not denial, but preparation. Many miracles are missed because they arrive disguised as waiting. The law must reorganize countless details to match a new inner picture, and impatience interrupts the process. Florence taught that gratitude in advance is the master key, for it assumes fulfillment. When you give thanks before evidence appears, you declare the matter settled. This confuses fear and silences doubt. Still, the mind may attempt to measure progress through the senses, seeking reassurance, but sight follows belief, never the reverse. Here, the mirror teaches discipline. You must refuse to rehearse the old image, even when it presents itself convincingly. Every reaction is a vote, every emotional response a confirmation. Life continues to repeat until neutrality is replaced with knowing. At this stage, many experience sudden tests, unexpected encounters, or tempting distractions, all designed to pull attention back to the former pattern. These are not obstacles, but confirmations that the shift is near. The law responds dramatically when certainty stabilizes. One moment, everything appears unchanged, and the next, movement occurs swiftly and decisively. The suspense resolves not gradually, but suddenly, for the law works in silence and reveals itself in action. What seemed immovable yields without struggle. Relationships soften, finances open, health improves, and opportunities arrive naturally. The mirror has accepted the new image and can no longer reflect the old. This is the turning point where repetition breaks and life stops echoing the past. The inner command has been updated, and the universe obeys without question, proving once again that consciousness is cause and experience is effect, eternally faithful, endlessly responsive, and incapable of resisting a mind that knows rather than hopes, assumes rather than begs, and rests in the calm authority of spiritual law fulfilled. Now you stand before the completed mirror with understanding, knowing that life is not correcting itself, but responding to you, and this realization brings calm authority instead of struggle. From this awareness emerges a new discipline, the gentle governance of thought, where you choose assumptions as carefully as seeds, knowing each will reproduce after its kind. You no longer fight appearances, for you understand they are echoes, fading repetitions of former beliefs, and echoes cannot harm one who has changed the original sound. This mastery does not demand strain or force, only alignment with divine order, where faith is natural and expectation serene. As Florence Scovel Shinn revealed, when man moves in harmony with spiritual law, doors open without effort, and what belongs by right arrives without delay. The mirror now reflects peace, because peace has become your habit, and life faithfully repeats that habit in form, event, and opportunity. You no longer ask when or how, for impatience has been replaced by trust, and trust accelerates manifestation more swiftly than effort ever could. Here lies the final secret, that gratitude seals the image, fixing it permanently upon the subconscious where it must externalize. When gratitude becomes constant, repetition works in your favor, multiplying good instead of recycling lack. Life still repeats, but now it repeats blessing, harmony, and success, each cycle richer than the last. You have stepped out of unconscious destiny and into conscious creation, where thought is prayer and assumption is command. This is the liberation promised by spiritual law, not escape from life, but mastery within it. Remain faithful to your inner vision, and the mirror will remain faithful to you, for it has no power to deny consistency. Thus, the law of life fulfills itself endlessly, repeating truth to those who hold it and dissolving illusion for those who release it. Stand firm in this knowing and let no appearance disturb your certainty, for certainty is the mold from which miracles are cast. Your reflection has changed, your destiny has shifted, and life obediently follows the new pattern you have chosen. Walk gently, yet confidently, allowing joy to be your evidence before proof appears, speaking only what you wish to see repeated, and refusing the temptation to narrate delay as failure. Each day renew the assumption of good, and the law will renew its gifts, arranging details beyond personal planning. Live as though the answer is established, and conduct yourself with dignity born of expectation. This attitude magnetizes cooperation from life itself. Silence complaint, bless every sign, and remember that repetition now serves you. Thus, your days become confirmations, not questions, and your path unfolds with quiet certainty. Remain patient, remain grateful, remain aligned, and the mirror will continue reflecting abundance without interruption, forever affirming that divine order governs all outcomes now, with peace, certainty, faith, balance, and joy always present. If you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.